I welcome you all to this video lesson. In the previous classes, I explained you about this chapter, and today, with the help of this video lesson, we will try to understand more about this essay written by William Douglas. Let's see about the author. This essay, as you know, is written by William Orville Douglas. William Orville Douglas, October 16, 1898 to January 19, 1980, served as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. His term, lasting 36 years and 209 days, that is from 1939 to 1975, is the longest term in the history of the Supreme Court. He was the 79th person appointed and confirmed to the bench of that court. In 1975, Time magazine called Douglas the most doctrinaire and committed civil libertarian ever to sit on the court. So here we come to know that William O. Douglas was really a great personality. Dear children, this great personality, once he suffered from fear of water. And here he said that his life almost became dull as he was unable to enjoy water sports like canoeing, boating, and fishing. But his determination helped him to come over his fear of water. All of us have our own weaknesses. We fear from this or that. To live with this fear is not a real life. If we want to make our life colorful and interesting, then we have to make our life devoid of any fear. We must try to overcome our weaknesses, our fears. And this is the lesson that William Douglas gives to us through this essay. Here are the certain places that is mentioned in the essay. California Beach, where his father took him when he was 3 or 4 years old, and William Douglas had not a good experience there as a wave knocked him down and water swept over him, and after this he had developed an aversion to water. This is YMCA pool. When William Douglas was 10 or 11 years old, he went to this YMCA pool to learn swimming. He imitated others. He copied others as he did not know swimming, and for this purpose he bought wings. This is, see what they're doing. They're just enjoying the water. Let's see the gist of the lesson. William O. Douglas had a desire to learn swimming from childhood. That means from childhood, William Douglas had interest or desire to learn swimming. At the age of 3 or 4, he was knocked down by a wave of water at the beach in California. As I explained to you earlier, his father took him to Californian beach where a wave of water knocked him down. He had a bitter experience there. And since then, he developed a great aversion to water. But at the age of 10 or 11, he decided to learn to swim with wings at the YMCA pool since it was safe at the shallow end. Why did he choose YMCA pool, not any other pool? Because it was safe at the shallow end. And for this purpose, he bought wings. And here in the YMCA pool, he just copied others. He paddled and he copied others. But some misadventure, some misfortune took place in the YMCA pool. Let's see what is the misadventure. While sitting alone waiting for others to come at the YMCA pool, a big boy came and threw Douglas into deep end of the pool. He was waiting for others as he did not have enough courage or he couldn't dare to go into the water alone as he was not well versed in swimming. He did not know swimming perfectly. He was just learning. That's why he was waiting for others to come. And he was on the edge of the swimming pool. Then a big boy came and threw Douglas into deep end of the pool. See, what a horrible situation that was. Douglas swallowed water and went straight down to the bottom of the pool. He swallowed water and he went straight down to the bottom of the pool. While going down, he planned to make a big jump upward but came up slowly. See, as he went into the water, he did not lose his wits. He did not lose his sense of thinking. He did not lose his rational self. He planned to make a big jump and he thought that if he could jump upward, he would what? Jump. He would come to the surface like a cork, but that did not happen. Stark terror seized him. He was in complete terror. He tried to shout, but he could not. He was unable to shout. He went down the pool second time. He tried again to jump upwards, but it was a waste of energy. He again tried to jump the second time, but it was just in vain. It was just a waste of energy. I think up to here it is clear to you. Terror held him deeper and deeper. During the third trial, he sucked water instead of air. That means he sucked water instead of air. Light was going out and there was no more panic. See, uh, there was blackout. Darkness prevailed over his eyes, and he could not see anything. And in that stage, in that situation, there was no more panic, as he was about to lost his sense, his consciousness. How will panic be there in the absence of consciousness? So he ceased all efforts and he became unconscious. He crossed to oblivion. He crossed to oblivion means he lost all his senses. He was unable to think anything. He lost his consciousness. When he revived, he found himself. Here, the spelling of found is somewhat mistaken. Sorry for that. Found. When he reviewed, he found himself vomiting beside the pool. And in that situation, the boy who threw him, who tossed him into the water, said that he was just making fun. But how that could be with the one who did not know swimming? He was in grip of water. He was in grip of fear of water. Means after the misadventure, after what had happened at the YMCA pool, he was in complete grip of fear of water. And this fear deprived him of the water sports. He could not enjoy the water sports like the joy of canoeing, boating, swimming, and fishing. His life became colorless. It, it became barren as he was in fear to go near the water. Now, at the latter stage, we find that his willpower was quite strong, and he thought that he could not continue like that. He could not lead a colorless and barren life, a dull life. So he decided to overcome his fear, and for this purpose, he hired an instructor to learn swimming. The instructor taught him swimming piece by piece. Every manner the instructor tried to teach Douglas, and Douglas took training to swim for 6 months, and ultimately he challenged the fear and swam. When he completed his training, he was not sure whether he had completely conquered his old fear, his old terror. Uh, to check this, whether he had completely conquered his fear, whether he got rid of his fear or not. To know this, he went to the lake, that is warm lake, and he swam there. Swimming up and down the warm lake, he finally overcame his fear of water. He realized that in that there is peace and there is terror only in the fear of death. This is very important. Here what is said, that when a person dies, after that there is no fear. Only there is fear or terror in the fear of death. What happens after that? We don't know. Then why? Uh, uh, how can a dead person fear? Only there is terror in fear of death. Will to live is stronger than fear of death. Uh, and William Douglas had this will to live. He had a great determination to live a beautiful life devoid of any fear. So, the theme of this essay is, in this essay, William O. Douglas talks about his fear of water and how he finally overcomes it by his courage, determination, hard work, strong willpower, and the desire to learn. If these are practiced, here the spelling of practice should be corrected. Practised. That should be SED. Here I am correcting SED. If these are practiced, we can definitely achieve success in all our endeavors. So, dear students, all of us have our weaknesses. We may be suffer from certain phobias, certain fears, but we must try to overcome our fears. We must conquer our fears. Then only we can lead a beautiful life devoid of any weakness. So that is what for today. In the next video lesson, we will try to uh, solve the question answers and make clear other doubts if there is any. Thank you. Thank you very much.